Hi, this is Paul with your Bold Profits Daily. Today, I'm going to give you an update on Bitcoin. If you remember, back on December 20th of 2018, I said I am calling the bottom on Bitcoin. And while it turns out that it wasn't quite the exact precise bottom, I think in general terms, I believe that the bottom is in for Bitcoin, meaning that it's really unlikely that the worst case predictions that people have of Bitcoin going to zero, Bitcoin going to 500, Bitcoin going to 1,000, those scenarios, I believe you can just throw away. And if you look at the price chart of Bitcoin, you'll see this up and down motion that's going on that I know from my 20 plus years of being on Wall Street what that means. It means accumulation by big money. That's right. When you see that up and down movement, it means that somewhere at the bottom of that range is a big buyer that is willing to buy somewhere, let's say about $3,500. And there's equally some sellers around 4,000. So Bitcoin is churning in this range. And from everything that I've ever seen in trading, that's the beginnings of what are the seeds of a bull market to come. And there are three reasons why I believe a bull market in Bitcoin is coming sooner rather than later. And here's the three reasons why. First, interest rates are once again set to go nowhere. Jerome Powell, who is the head of the Federal Reserve, yesterday went on 60 Minutes and said that he believed that interest rates needed to go nowhere. He felt that they were just right and that it was unlikely we were going to need another interest rate increase. And that, I can tell you, is absolute magic for Bitcoin. Because in the way that I look at it, Bitcoin to me is digital gold. I believe that Bitcoin is what people of a certain age, definitely the millennial generation, for sure some number of the Gen Z generation, and even the Gen Xers, this is what they are going to buy instead of gold. And the fact that interest rates are going to stay low means that all the money that might have been going into savings account because interest rates were moving up, well, some of that money is going to start to flow back into Bitcoin. And they're going to start to absorb more of that supply as it comes in. So interest rates being low are a critical factor to the comeback of Bitcoin. Second, millennial generation wants Bitcoin. I can tell you when I talk to my friends that are under 40, under 35, they are buying Bitcoin. They've never given up on Bitcoin. They still want to own it. And the millennial generation is a very large generation. By some measures, it's in excess of 93 million people. And that's just in the United States. Bitcoin is a global product, a global currency, a global thing, a global way to store value. And so there is a large, very large and growing audience for it. And simultaneously, there is limited supply. The total number of Bitcoin that can ever exist is 21 million. And I looked this up to make this Bold Profits Daily, of which 17.6 million are mined, meaning that they're already taken out. That's about 84% of them issued. So there's only really 16% of Bitcoin that are left. And about 1,800 Bitcoin are being mined approximately per day. So I can tell you this is the perfect setup for a huge rally. First, the conditions are right because interest rates, which are a critical factor in people making decisions on what to buy, what to sell, they are going nowhere, according to the person that sets interest rates in the United States, which is pretty much the most important interest rate in the world. Second, there is a large and growing number of buyers that want to buy Bitcoin, and they are going nowhere. They are still interested. In other words, even an 80% collapse in the price has not scared them away. Third, there is finite, a limited supply of this. And that means when you have right conditions, persistent demand, and limited supply, at some point the supply of cheap Bitcoin is going to get sucked in. And now when the demand comes in, it's going to push the Bitcoin prices higher and higher. So that's my update on Bitcoin, which is that if you followed me and you've been watching it, you know it's been choppy. However, I still believe Bitcoin has bottomed. I still believe there's a bull market ahead. And with Bitcoin's comeback, many other crypto markets will come back as well. Now, you know that the blockchain technology is one of the mega trends that we follow across bull profits, across my services. And when Bitcoin comes back and crypto comes back, the investments that I've been recommending in all of our services, they are going to come back too. So if you're interested to see what those are, check out my Profits Unlimited service where we have blockchain as a megatrend. So this is my Bull Profits Daily for you today. Bitcoin, the bottom is in, the bull market is coming soon. Stay in. And I'll have another one for you next week. Until then, this is Paul saying bye.